obviously really good to just let you know what's going to happen. So these are the rules of engagement, right? First of all, if you have your phone on, can you please turn it off? Because if it rings, it will be very disruptive if people are trying to run. The second thing is, in case there's a fire, that's the exit there, up the stairs, and through the door, there's a foyer there, so that's the meeting point. And we encourage people to give feedback, because, you know, like, obviously we are like a communications company, and one of the things that we are really, really hot on is people have to give each other feedback. But if you have to give someone feedback, first of all, tell them what was good about what they said, tell them what they need to improve, and tell them again what you thought was good. So that's the format. So tell them what is good, what they should improve, and then again what was good in it. So I'll let Lorraine tell you about the 5-prong approach, which is what we use to teach everything that we're teaching.
Okay, so we've got, as you can see, we've got mindset, tools, plan of action, words and ideas. And we discovered that this combination of 5 was really, really powerful when put together. And that it was really useful to always think in those terms. So mindset is just how we make decisions with our mind and with our hearts. Tools is looking at physical communication tools such as your body or your voice, your posture, how you can use your breath. The plan of action is no matter what tools or words, ideas, what kind of mindset you've got, if you don't know what you're going to do with any of that, then it's a bit useless, a bit pointless. So that will be one of the very last things that we do. Words is the language, quite simply, that you use in different contexts. You'll obviously use different words when you're with your friends, and when you're speaking in public, so when you're with clients. And ideas is a little bit of creative thinking, to use the cliche, thinking outside the box. And we've got lots of nice creatives kind of amongst us, so hopefully that will appeal to you guys.
Okay, so it's always good to kind of know what to expect from this course, right? And the first thing is the approach we take is we come from an academic background. So like I kind of bring the psychology, the anthropology, the sociology, and a bit of marketing. So then, you know, there's an academic kind of background that we bring in. But then also, because Lorraine is a performing artist and has a lot of like experience in the performing arts, 10 years experience. So we have that as well. So it's a mixture of both. So it's both kind of like intellectual and practical. Then we've got psychology, which I've already mentioned. But then there's an analysis. So, you know, if you really want to kind of understand what it is and improve, you have to step back and analyze, you know, different things and different interactions that you've had. So we help you kind of analyze them and train you how to kind of like maximize how you communicate. And then there'll be a lot of vocal exercises. And the reason why we use this is because there's a psychologist in the University of California called Albert Moravian, and he came up with this theory, which has been proven over and over, that even as I'm speaking right now, right, you're not listening to the words, but you're listening to my vocals, the tone in which I speak to you in, and also my body language. And my words only convey 7% of what you're actually getting from me. So it's very important that we train you on the vocal side, and that kind of leads on nicely to the body language side. And then, you know, we do a lot of side coaching. So this is where we kind of come in and, you know, train you and you know, you can discuss with us, okay, this is the issue I have, and then we work with you to kind of like perfect some of the things that you might want to perfect in terms of your communication. So let's get straight into it. I just want to kind of throw a question out there. When it comes to emotions and communicating, what do you guys think? What has your experience been? Maybe one or two people? Yeah.
Sometimes I find it really difficult to tell people how I feel. I think that generally it's just seeing them there in front of me and I kind of just have a blank and I'm like, oh, how do I deliver this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting nervous, sweaty,
Okay.
and it's just easy to keep things in, but it then causes arguments and problems if you're not actually communicating really how you feel. And that's at work as well as personally.
Alright.
That's just being British and...
Well, I'm actually French and Italian, so yeah.
Yeah, you've got such a nice accent. Nice.
Okay. Someone else? Someone else? No? Nobody? Okay, so basically, when we are thinking of emotions, we need to first of all understand that the first thing is this, like in your brain, right? You've got a rational brain and you've got an emotional brain, right? And so like most of the times, your emotional brain thinks about everything, but your rational brain thinks about everything, but it's your emotional brain that makes you to act. Do you understand? So when we're speaking about emotions and speaking to people's heart, we have to understand this is the point where they make the decisions. This is the point where it tips. This is the point where they make that move to do things, right? So there's a guy called Daniel Coleman, and he has a brilliant book called Emotional Intelligence. And he basically did research, and one of the things that he said was that if you want to be emotionally intelligent, there's about 5 things that you need to think of. The first thing is you need to be emotionally aware. So you need to be aware of your own emotions. You need to kind of like know when you're sad, when you're happy, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. And then the second thing is you need to know how to regulate your emotions. So, I'm just kind of going back to the basics, right? So you need to know how to regulate, control, and manage your own emotions. And then the third thing is you need to recognize those emotions in other people, all right? And then you need to manage other people's emotions. And then the fifth one, which is not on this one, but it's very, very important, is you need to learn how to lead people who have a variety of different emotions. So it starts with you, knowing and becoming aware. Then it goes on to you understanding how to regulate it, manage it, control it. Then you recognizing it in other people and managing it in other people. And then the fifth one, which we can't get into because it's not kind of relevant for this course, is leading other people with the knowledge that you have. So, how do people perceive emotions? It's a question for you. How do people perceive emotions?
Language.
Huh?
Through body language.
Get through body language.
Tone of the voice.
So can you let someone else?
Get all the answers. Does anyone actually have anything to add to that?
I think, as you said earlier on, the language that you use
Yeah.
as well. Instead of saying, do you want this, or you can say, would you like this, and then it makes a different impact.
It
Yeah.
does indeed, yes. So I just kind of want to get in the frame of mind because, we are training you, right, to understand emotions. And we want to go through like a couple of quarters, right? And we've got, I think it's in page 10. If you can find page 10. So basically, do you all have pens?
No, we probably did, but I was making it.
Oh,